welcome to the Counterattack Playthrough series. We're continuing with our series on No Retreat, the North African Front. This is turn 2. Let's get going. First thing we're going to do is the new turn housekeeping, which has advanced turn marker, Malta, new event, do some checks. Then we go right back into what we did in turn 1, starting with the strategic phase. First thing to do in the new turn housekeeping is the game turn segment, which we take the turn marker and move it forward. So we're now on this turn here. We won't worry about these reinforcements for a second, but I just want to show it's January. Looks like so there's some things going on in there. Looks like there's going to be a shock marker. So next is the discard, draw, and resupply segment, and we start with the initiative player. So basically the British get to discard as many cards as they want to discard. I think I'm going to discard all the ones that they can't play right now. There might be some reasons to save some of them, but they'll discard all those. And then they're going to draw cards. So this Knight disengagement, that looks good like when they're up against the wall or something, but it's not happening anytime soon. Command friction, German and Italian, so no Germans. No, I'll discard all of them. Okay, and then we draw cards. So we get to draw one, or a base of 6. Then you get to draw one extra if the weather's clear. It's clear, or good weather, if this is blue. So you can see there's some like not so good weather. It's gray later in the year, or next year. So we can get 7. And then if you have the initiative, you can get another card that's 8. There's a few other modifiers, but those are the only ones that matter. So we're gonna do 8. And we're going to do them one at a time because sometimes they say you have to do something. So, like this one. Rest, refit, and reorganize. You must immediately give this card to your opponent upon drawing it. Afterward, draw 2 replacement cards for this one if Malta is inactive. Interesting. Well, that's a Malta card. So, I think this does not count. We'll double check that later, but so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Some of those said play immediately in the German section, but not in the British. Okay, so the Germans are going to do the same thing, but first, the rules do say that this event takes place, and it says just discard it. So since Malta is not part of the game yet. So they lost a card because of that. So for the German cards, let's see, that's like a battle card when you have a German tank. I don't have any German tanks right now. If anyone wins an attack, probably won't be attacking anytime soon. Not good. Tactical feint, that's the defender retreat one, I'll keep that. So the Germans get a base of 6. +1 for fair weather, so 7. Well, they already have 1 right now that they're holding, so they get to draw 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this says Deutschland Überalles. Reshuffle the deck and discard pile together to form a new draw pile. Do not draw a replacement card. Okay, so we'll discard that. So that was card draw 4. Well, so we get 2 more after, let's see, 4. Yeah, we get 2 more after this. So I'll go ahead and process the discard, shuffle, rebuild the deck. Okay, that's been done. Get 2 more. Okay. Next, both players draw supply for the supply capacity of their map that they're the front lines on, I guess. So the British control map 4. So they get 6 supply points. The Germans control map 3, 7 supply points. So the British now have 13 supply points. A lot of these are 2s and there's a 1. The Axis have 11 now. Next is the event segment. As a reminder, turn 2 January, there's an event in there, Ethiopia, and then German assistance. So Ethiopia, I looked that up, that means the British 4th Indian Division is withdrawn from this theater to go fight in Ethiopia to try to kick the Italians out of Ethiopia. It comes back on turn 5, so 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then German assistance. The Italians could opt to not ask for German assistance. They would get just like limited assistance, and that would cut the campaign in half. It would only be 9 turns, and a bunch of different rules for what reinforcements come in, kick in. But that's no fun. I want to do the full thing. So that's that. And there's a few more things we would normally do here, but they're not applicable. So we'll go into the operational preparation portion and start the strategic phase like we did on turn 2. Now the British have a bunch of cards applicable to the strategic phase, but they all have a Malta symbol on them, unfortunately. So let's put those off to the side. Nope, none of these can be done, so the British will pass. And the Germans just don't have any that will work in this phase at all, so they will pass as well. So next is the organization phase. So we're going to organize things. Basically, we can pay 1 supply point to repair any units in our force pool that are damaged. So this one is damaged, so we'll spend a supply point, get rid of that, and flip this guy to his non-damaged side. Now the Axis have no one in their force pool. Oh, and I missed the first part of that segment, was to recover your shattered units. So the Italians had a shattered unit. So he's there, and so if he was damaged, they could have paid to rebuild him. Okay, we can pay to rebuild lost units. There aren't any. Receive reinforcements. So looks like, oops. The Italians are getting an irreplaceable armor unit, irreplaceable infantry unit, and an irreplaceable infantry unit. So we'll put them in their force pool as well, but you know, they got a decent amount of stuff here. And each side can buy fortifications, boxes, and minefields. Minefields aren't in the game yet. So it costs 1 supply per fortification you want to buy. As the British attackers, I'm not so sure I want to do that, but for fun, I'll just buy 2. So there goes 2 supply. We'll grab 2 of these from the stock, throw them into the force pool, so we have a total of 3 available. What do we have here for the Germans in terms of supply? We got 11. So, you know, I'm going to buy, you know, let's buy 5. Let's buy 6. I don't know, that might be stupid. I'm spending 6 supply to buy those. Okay, so 2, 4, 6. Okay. And that looks to be the last of the organization phase. Not quite. We get our shock marker. So 1 shock marker for the British, because of the stuff they're getting ready for the attack. Then the declare offensive phase, which we saw last time. So the British get the option first. They choose to have 2 supply here, flipping it over to 1 because they're spending 1. They are declaring an offensive. They immediately get 2 attack markers. Okay, now for deployment. So first part, we have to determine the battle map. Well, that's map 3. Since we have the initiative, we're pushing onto this map, map 3. Well, here's map 3. It's twice the size of the other map. So the British will be deploying along this brown area. The Italians all through here. They can't go within 2 hexes of the British map edge though. So first thing we do is we deploy all non-initiative square units. So that is these Italian guys. Now, I don't know how this is going to pan out. I'm looking here. There's going to be 1 more Italian infantry coming onto the board. Looks like a big stack of stuff here. I'm talking about reinforcements next turn. And then 2 turns from now. Ooh, looks like some good stuff coming. So should they try to delay the British from sweeping across the entire map? That might be tough. I mean, they got some good mobile stuff here. But we are going to be able to put our boxes down later too to block things. So maybe we'll do that. So following the deployment rules from earlier being the first turn, last video, they have to go on or adjacent to a road or track that leads off leads to a friendly supply source. Or they can go near their edge, basically. So I think we're going to try to hold the stuff here. So British will be coming in like this. So let's see, maybe we'll throw, where do I want like mobile guys? Maybe I'll put this mobile guy here in Fort Madalena. And then we'll throw a 3-2 here into CD Omar. Do I want to stack anyone? This looks like a tough spot here. Hellfire Pass. We'll do that. And maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll stack a guy here. Enemy's just gonna kind of pour through there, aren't they? It's tough. We'll try that. Now we place all of the initiative players' units, not only the square units, but the, calls them round, but, forts and things. Since they don't control any cities and you can't place into a city to capture it, they go within 3 hexes of a friendly map edge. And the map edges kind of stretch around down here, up to there. Well, as the Italians, I feel kind of dumb. Like those guys can totally in trouble here. Maybe I'm gonna do this instead. Sort of cheating. I went out of turn there, but okay. So what are these guys gonna do? Australians, they can go 3. Maybe they'll just start here. They're gonna attack through Hellfire Pass, maybe. No, skip that. We'll come around the side. So 1, 2, 3. So take him a while to get going. Maybe we'll throw these heavy tanks there. They have the same colors, so they can stack. Yeah, we'll just come up from the south instead of from the east. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Throw a Connor. We'll throw them onto this stack here. So what O'Connor does, besides being on the map, allows multicolored units to make attacks. At some point, he can flip over to become a counterblow marker. So that's why I'm putting on this stack. In these boxes, I don't actually wish to deploy them. I'll keep them in my force pool. Maybe some later point we can deploy them. Okay, now we start the player turns. Just a reminder, that was supply, movement, combat for the first player, then supply, movement, combat for the second player. So supply, well, all these guys can trace right off the edge here. All these guys are on roads that trace back to the gray, so they're good, everyone's good. But then the initiative player has the option of spending supply to buy additional attack markers. How many attacks am I going to make on this turn? Not more than 2, and I have 2 attack markers already, so we'll just hold off on that. Oh, hold on for a second though. I forgot to deploy the quote round units for the axis. So you deploy all the square units for the axis, then square and round units for the allies, or the other player, the initiative player. Then the non-initiative player places all their quote round units. Okay, so I need to place all these forts or boxes. Okay, so, and you can't place them in enemy towns, cities, or adjacent to the enemy. So it would have been nice to put there. So I guess we want to probably just try to do some delaying stuff here. Throw that there. Maybe we'll throw this one here so that if these guys have to retreat, they have some friendlies to retreat to. We'll do something like that. How about throw one in with this guy? I don't know, I'm just kind of making stuff up here. Put one here. It's a bunch of little speed bumps. I guess these guys can go right through here though, can't they? These don't have zones of control. So, I don't know. What I don't want is the enemy zooming around me. I'll throw one in here. Just give them an extra point. Okay, I think we're ready for the movement phase. I think what we're going to do is just everyone's going to converge on the 21st Corpo in 22nd Corps. 7th Armored. 1, 2. Who cares about that? I do have to be careful about tracing supply though. 3, 4. These guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then these guys here, they might as well just try to destroy the box. So they'll go 1, 2. And then, I should have bought more attack markers. Here's the reason why. I'm not going to do it, but I get these 2 for free. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to make more than 1 or 2 attacks. Well, I already want to make 2. But if I had more, I can use them as counterblow markers later. Oh well. So, let's see, let me make sure this guy, I wanted him to cut through and get that, one of those guys cut through and got this fort, so. Okay, that's the Allied movement phase. Okay, so before we move into the combat phase, the Axis are playing a card. They're going to play this green arrow on this event. Green arrow. It's a move. Play at the end of the opponent's movement phase to move any units in one stack not in an enemy zone of control up to 2 movement points. They must move to the same hex. So now that I know the allies are coming up this way instead of this way, maybe we'll get this guy to pull back. So he'll go, we're on a road. That's half movement point. So he'll go 1, 2. Just trying to start pulling back. Combat phase. We're going to target the stack. And then, rather than attack the box, we'll hold off. Just keep that. So we'll do this battle first, do the strength steps. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that's not a very good attack. 9 to, looks like 6. What is that? That's 3 to 2. Okay, so we're going to commit our 1 shock marker. It goes from, and we're on the British combat results table now. So we went from 3 to 2 to 2 to 1 from that. The X's have no markers to commit. So then the British can kind of flip through and see if they're going to commit a card. I kind of look through and I don't really see any way. Oh, I can double the strength of an Australian. Oh, I don't have the Australians fighting. I should do that. I don't really see anything I can use. But the Germans, they're going to play a card. They're going to play Allied Snafu. Play at any time to negate a shock, target, or counterblow marker. I'm negating this target marker. So this is play at any time. So I sort of, because I waited for the shock marker to go down, I canceled the attack. That was mean. I think that was legit. Okay, so the attack has been pulled out, put down by an allied snafu. Shock marker, interesting. No die was actually rolled. I'm not sure what to do with the shock marker. I guess I'm just going to say it's been wasted. It's kind of a corner case there. Okay, that was the Allied combat phase. So now we do the non-initiative player turn. Supply phase. I believe everyone can trace it still. Yes, yes, looks good. Movement phase. Okay, what do these Italians want to do? I didn't realize how slow these guys are, so they're going to die anyway, I think. This guy's on a road, though. He can get out of here 1.5, 2. Skedaddling. It's got a long way to go, though, to get off the board. Hopefully, reinforcements will come in and help out. These guys. So he's going to go, let's go to 3 and a 2. Of the weaker guy go 1, 1.5, 2, up to Bardia. And then this guy, should he stand and fight or just get out of dodge? I think he's going to get out of dodge. He's going to go 1, 2. Yeah, he's going to get caught. What about this guy? Could come over there and reinforce him. I think he's just going to stay there though. It's kind of a key location, this Bir El Gubi. Kind of seems to block access to that side of the map. Because this guy is throwing down a zone of control all the way around here. And then there's these mountains here. Or what are they? Hills. Okay, combat phase. They're not doing any combats. That's it. Okay, now we go into the continuation phase. We start with the initiative player. Do they want to continue the offensive? They have to pay a supply point. They're going to. So British are continuing the offensive. We go to the supply check. Everything's good. Movement phase. Actually, let me hold my horses here. We only have 1 attack marker available. We're going to get our 2 free attack markers for that offensive purchase. We're going to spend 1 supply point to buy, well, we could get 2, but there's only 1 left. Just do that. Okay, so we have 4. Okay, movement phase. Let's see. I need to try to get back here to try to cut off these retreating Italians. You know, this guy might be able to escape, but I should try to trap these guys. And I want this guy to be dead too. So I think for starters, let's see. These guys are so slow though. They can go 1, 2, 3, but then they'd have to pay a 4th movement point because of the zone of control from this guy. So fortunately, they can't get over there and attack. These guys could though. So maybe we'll have these guys go slower. 1, 2, 3. Cruise right up there. Okay, and then these faster guys, they'll go get the mech. So these guys can go 6. They'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can move from zone of control to zone of control, unlike infantry, because they're mech. This guy, I need to be careful of my supply lines here. Actually, that guy could be out of supply. No, I think if I put someone there, the supply rules let them trace up to 1 hex into a friendly, and then they can trace back like this. I think we just need to knock the Babini division out. We'll do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That's all the movement I want to do. Now, I think the Italians are going to play a card. Let's see. Never mind. I was thinking I'd use this move, but I'm not going to do that. But actually, I can do this. I'll do this exclamation point, which is, oh, whoops, never mind. I thought that was do anything, but that's actually a question mark. So exclamation point's an ambush. I don't want to do an ambush. So we'll hold on to that. Do the Italians have any other things? What's this? A raid. Start of movement. Nope. Okay. So I guess the Italians are not playing a card. Okay. Combat phase. So we'll go ahead and plan 2 attacks. And okay, so those are voluntary attacks. Then the Italians get to place counterbow markers. Well, they don't have any. And there's no real circumstance where that would be possible anyway. Okay, so then we're going to do battle. Which battle do I want to do first? I think I'm going to do this one because these guys might mess up this guy's ability to retreat. Okay, so we'll do this battle. So first things first is I declare whether I'm going to use a shock marker. I've already used up my shock marker. Yeah. Enemy doesn't have one, so then am I going to use a card? And I think I will. Yes. So I think we're going to play Anzac Forces. It's a battle card, black crosshairs. It's German strategic advantage right now. Play during the battle sequence to double the combat strength of a single Australian or New Zealand unit in that battle. Or you can re-roll for them. I'm going to do the double. So this Australian is doubled to 8. The tank adds up to 10. It's 3 to 1. 4 to 1 for the shock marker. 5 to 1 for mech. 6 to 1 for heavy mech. I'll go ahead and use my heavy mech bonus, which puts they have to take the first hit if they take a hit. 6 to 1's the max odds. The Italians, there's no shifts for them. Do they want to play a card? Yes, they do. The Italians are doing a tactical feint. So, battle card, play during the battle sequence of an allied combat phase before a roll. The combat result is automatically a defender retreat. Or I could have got counterwheel markers. I keep forgetting about that, but I'm going to do that. Okay, so we'll go ahead and roll. Allies don't have anything to counter that with, I don't believe. The roll doesn't really matter. Got a 3. That would have been a defender shattered, but instead it's going to be a defender retreat, DR. Okay, and then so let's process that. This marker is gone. So they have to retreat 3 hexes. They ignore terrain and towards a friendly supply source, which roads that lead off the edge count. So it's gonna go 1, 2, 3. So it sort of got me a free move in a way. Now for for combat, my first turn video, I think I had it wrong. So mechanized units can advance. Well, everyone can advance into the target hex. Then mechanized units can take a second advance, provided the first hex isn't terrain that must stop and advance, per the terrain chart. They can't go a third hex, which I think I may have done. German mechanized units have the option of going a third hex, but not British. And then infantry cannot go a second hex. They just have to go into the target. So, but we'll go ahead and advance. We'll move the Australians in. And then this armor will go in. And they could go one more hex. It'd be nice to chase these guys into these hills, or maybe even this rough here. So, do I want this guy going here? Yeah, he'll be on this track. Can at least try to get over there. Okay, so there's that attack. Before we go to the next attack, though, let's talk about these battle cards that were played. This tactical feint and this Anzac forces. So it's possible they might stick around. So I guess more than one set of units are being affected by them. Basically, after the die roll, if the roll was odd, the attacker flips it down and put it out in the water. So it might it will come back into our hand. For the defender, if it was even, you would flip it down and put it in the water. But if it's odd, you put it on the table it's an active order, I guess. So put those other cards over there, just keep it separate. So I can use this again in another battle this turn. And that'll come in really handy for this guy. So anyway, let's do our attack strength here. We got 9 against 3, so 3 to 1. I'm just seeing if like a town has any defensive benefits. Nope. Okay, mech bonus is 4 to 1. Back to 3 to 1 because this guy's a mech as well. 4 to 1 for the target marker. So 4 to 1. Do the British want to do anything? So now, as the British player, I do know that that tactical feint is still an option. So I'm not going to waste any cards, which I could try to get some better odds with the cards, but I'm not going to waste them because whatever happens, we'll just convert it into a retreat. Yeah, I'm kind of looking through the cards here. Okay, so we're going to do a, I think it was 4 to 1 odds attack. And the Italians are declaring, yes, this card that's on the table, we're using it again. We're going to do a DR. So roll the die. It's even, which means this card flips down. But the result is a DR, a defender retreat, that out of there. So this guy's going to go 1. Maybe 2, 3. Actually 1, 2, 3. Well, that's bringing you. We'll just go back here to this crossroads up there. Okay, and then a standalone box you may advance straight into in the target hex. And so this guy's going to go 1, and then he'll go 2 for his bonus advance. Box destroyed, so it goes back into the Axis stockpile. These guys will go 1, 2. Okay, so the Italians are successfully avoiding destruction. Kinda. This guy is out on a limb here. Okay, that's the British turn. Axis turn. Supply phase. Do we want to buy any counterblow markers? We have 5 supply points. I think I'll spend 1 to buy 2 counterblows. Let's see, where are my counterblow markers? There's up to 3 available. So I'll just pull these out. Okay. Okay, and then trace supply. So this guy almost looks like he's out of supply, but zone of control is not extended across, what are these called? Escarpments. So he's almost cut off, but he's not yet. Everyone else can trace. British, likewise, they can all trace to this road, and then it goes off the map towards friendly supply source. Movement phase. I think for starters, this guy here has got to get out of here. So half, 1, 1.5, 2. Wish he can go further. This guy. Yeah, can't let these guys get cut off, so half, 1, 1.5, 2. I kind of want to pile into this hex here. If the allies capture that hex, they get some bonus supply. But unfortunately, these mechanized units are just driving this way, so it's kind of a race to try to cut these guys off, so I need to keep these guys moving. Get these guys into Brook, though. What do they want to do? You know, they got to get out of here. 1, 2. These guys. Is there any terrain that cancels mechanized? Looks like a ridge and a swamp. So can I get these guys into a ridge or swamp? Nope. Okay, so these guys are moving fast. So maybe, since they're moving fast, I don't want him to run away. They're faster than him. If he ran 4, they would just run 6 and catch up. So he needs to be the delayer to get these guys out. This guy's lost cause. Get these 2 guys I'm trying to save now. And I'm ready to sacrifice him. So he's just gonna... right now he's blocking... See, if I go up like this, that's a pretty good blocking position. Plus, there's that ridge. But these guys could come around like this. So he needs to stay, like, in this blocking spot. He's going to go right here. These guys could come up like this. Okay, he's just going to stay there. I think that's the best spot. Okay, that's my movement. British are going to play this question mark at the end of the Axis movement phase. They're using it as a move bonus, which is only useful at the end of an opponent's movement phase. Any units in one stack not in an enemy zone of control can move 2 hexes, and they must move to the same hex. Yeah, so they're just trying to, beat these guys in their race. So next is they move up to, not 2 hexes, move up to 2 movement points. So maybe they'll just go 1, 2, capture that place. And they're a little further along in trying to outrun these guys. Okay, do I want to play any other cards? I don't think so. Okay, Italian combat. Cannot combat across an escarpment, so there's no combat opportunities. Continuation phase. Well, the allies still have, what is that, 6 supply? Yeah, they're going to continue. Spend a supply point to continue the attack. They get 2 attack markers for that, spending that supply point. They already have 2, so they're not going to buy any more when the supply phase comes. Oh, okay, trace supply. You know, I'm just going to double check that rule real quick just to make sure, because these guys are kind of far out. Okay, I'm glad I read those rules again, because I think I cheated. And that's probably why the British are doing so well here, and why these boxes seem useless. They're actually not. So, you have to trace to a friendly supply source. That is a friendly map edge. Okay. Well, we're not next to the friendly map edge. Or to a friendly road or track. Okay, these guys are all on a friendly road or track that leads off the map at a friendly colored map edge. So look, I'm tracing, tracing, tracing. Oh, the colored map edge is over here, not here. So does this road network trace off? No, this box is in the way. That box is a key supply stopper. So these guys, technically we're out of supply. Well, hold on though, but you have to trace up to 3 hexes to one of those things. So they're all right here. I think they could have all traced to this spot and gone off the friendly map edge that way. So this turn though, okay, so maybe I didn't cheat. Maybe I did. But this turn, these guys definitely cannot trace. So they are in low supply. And that is just a warning state. That they're running out of supplies. They're not in no supply, so they're in low supply. So we're gonna have to remedy that. And these guys, let's see, 1, 2, 3, yeah, they are also in low supply. So unfortunately, I overextended myself. Oh man, these Germans are gonna escape, or Italians. Maybe I'll let someone get into low supply, or no supply, just so they can kill someone. Okay, so we gotta fix this situation. So everyone's in low supply. Yeah, that's the supply phase. Now for the movement phase. Well, the key bottleneck in the supply chain is this box. That box is gone. This road connects all the way over here. So we're gonna, unfortunately, send one of our strong units, the 6th Australian, down here. 1, 2, 3. They're gonna have to clear that box. They better be able to do it. These guys, these tanks here, they are weak. They got their general. I don't want the general to die, but they do get some shifts. I think I'm gonna risk them to try to take out this 21st Corpo. So they're gonna go 1 for the zone of control, half for the track. So that's 1.5. And let's see, they can only go 3, so I guess that's where they're gonna go. Okay, and these guys, we're just gonna trust the Australians will be able to fix things up for them. So they're gonna try to cut some people off. I think I wanna have some go on this Bambini armored unit, and then someone else to go cut those guys off. What do we have here? Oh, these guys are not very strong. Oh, he's a 4. Okay. These guys are gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, they might be out of supply. What would happen is if I can't take these crossroads clear them so that these guys can't trace to this road, and if what am I trying to say? These guys can trace up to 3 hexes, so 1, 2 on the next supply phase, so they can get to this road. But it would have to trace through here, so we need to clear that, and then it can come all the way back through this box. We got to clear the box. So this is like high risk. I got 2 bottlenecks on my supply chain, but I'm trying to. I think the risk is worth it to kill these guys. Yes. Okay, and then this guy gonna do a low odds attack on the Bambini division. 1 or half. 1.5, 2.5 for zone of control. Yeah, I'm gonna do it from this direction because if I came around this side, I don't want him to come down like this and cut the road at a different spot. Okay, high risk, high risk. One thing I forgot is these battle cards should have gone back into the respective hands at the start of the player turn. So they come back. And the British just finished their movement phase, so we have this card back again. This card that lets us cancel a bit, basically make a battle be a no effect, but I can also do a move. So and the move has to be for someone that's not in a zone of control. So the only person that could move, or unit, is this guy. Just trying to see, can I try to extricate? He could probably go, oh, no. Yeah, these guys are all bottled up. I mean, I could move him like here, and then next turn he'd go here and try to break out, but it's not happening. This is not good. And the British have plenty of supply to keep going. Okay, well. There's no cards being played. So, combat phase. Remind myself my combat strength up here, so that's 5 to 3. Do I even need to make the attack? I could just sit there. Well, this one's mandatory. This one's mandatory. Glad I bought these extra guys. And I want to take this guy out. This is a even attack, but I get some mech bonuses and things. So we'll go ahead and throw that there. And I think I'm going to save this. Yeah. Maybe I'll use it as a counter blow on the enemy turn. I'm going to save that. Okay. Which attack do we want to do first? Let me do this little supply one down here first. I like that one. Okay, it's 4 to 1. No, we're going to play this battle card, the Anzac Forces again. So they again get to double their combat strength. So we'll throw that down there. So it's 8 to 1. No one's doing any other modifiers. So here we go. Got a 5. 5 on the 6 to 1 column, which is the max, is a DD. That's retreat, I think 2 or 3 hexes. Let's see, retreat. 3 hexes and then take a step loss. Well, done. Okay. He advances. Do I even need to advance? No. So this target marker's gone. I don't want him to advance. Cleared the road. The die roll was a 5. Attacker odd. Let's see. It's discarded after use if the battle die roll is odd. Okay. Reading those card rules, I made another mistake. You don't ever get to put them face up. They either go in the discard pile or they go face down in the sea. I misread. It said, I thought it said, these cards could be used again later in the player turn. But actually it says, in a later player turn. So, anyway, so that allowed the Bambini division to get further out. I don't think it really matters a lot, but okay. Next attack. This is the next one that I don't think I care too much about. Looks like it's 1 to 1. I'm going to use this tank. It's heavy tank bonus, so 2 to 1 for, 3 to 2 for mech, then up to 2 to 1 for heavy mech. I guess that's it. So we're at 2 to 1. Okay, let's roll. No one's playing any cards. Got a 6 on 2 to 1. That's DW, Defender Withdraw. It says apply a DR result. Then, if not destroyed, place the unit in the strategic reserve box or lose 1 step. Okay. He can't retreat through an enemy zone of control, so he's going to have to go this way. Towards a friendly supply source if he can, but he can't. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then, sorry, that's over here. And then he's going to the strategic reserves, which means these guys like ran. They scattered through into the desert. Okay, so they survived. Okay, these guys are going to advance into the hex. It's a mechanized unit. It's not stopping terrain. So it's going to go 1 more to here. It's tempting to kind of drive over here, seize Bardia, and I think we would get an extra supply, but there's 2 right there. So, okay. Next in line is this attack. Okay, we're going to total things up here. 4 to 2. That's 2 to 1 odds. Mech versus mech, so that cancels each other out. Terrain is clear. Yeah, 2 to 1. Okay, so cards. The allies are going to play fuel and ammo reserves. It says after discarding this card for any reason, immediately receive 2 supply points or receive 1 new shock marker if available. I'm going to receive a shock marker. Yeah, okay, and then, yeah, let me make sure you play cards before shock markers, because that may be bad ordering on my part. Yeah, okay, so you commit your shock markers first. That's my bad. So I'm going to undo that to take my card back. That was part of my plan, was to get that shock marker to boost my chances of taking that unit out. Don't really have anything else I could use. So I won't play a card. Axis. Yes, they're going to play a card. Let's see, which one do they want to play? I think they're going to play Tactical Feint, the one they used last turn. Before the die roll, the combat result's going to be automatically a DR. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. So, roll the die. We know it's going to be a DR, but this will tell us if that card is going to be available. Even number. It's a 2. For the defender, even number means the card is discarded. Okay, so they're going to retreat to 2. They're going to go bam, bam. Okay, this guy can advance after combat. He will. He can go a second one, which I guess I'll just go like this. So these guys are trapped. So maybe I should have played a different card, I think. I had this other card, Sandstorms, that would just be no effect on the battle. That would mean no retreat, but also no advance. Man, that was kind of dumb. I should have done that one. Because, yeah, now that guy's totally trapped. Unless you can figure out something else. Okay, that was the combat phase. Yeah, and it was also, that's the end of the allied player turn. Yeah, that was really dumb on my part, because that was critical to the allies. Or important, anyway. Yeah. That was a big screw up. Big screw up. Okay, so now it's the Axis player turn. So we're going to do the supply phase for them. These guys cannot trace supply. So they're in low supply. I'm running out of low supply markers. Who would have thought you'd be so dumb to have so many units in low supply? Okay, so we checked them. They can't trace at all. So, by the way, like this guy can't trace through here, down through here, because of the zones of control of these units. So now we check the allies. Start back here. So this guy, he is on the path. It's good. So might as well go throw this back over here. Okay, this guy, he's connected up. He's connected up. And let's see, this guy, he traces 1, 2, oop, nope, can't trace through zone of control. So he's gonna go 1, 2, yeah, he is out of supply. No supply. Okay, now the Axis have the chance to purchase attack markers. They already have 2, so I think they're gonna skip that. Okay, movement phase. It's time. It's desperate times now. We might be able to bust out of here. Defending units that are in no supply, and as long as there's no unit in supply in the defending hex, you get, when you attack them, you get a minus 2 column shifts positive for you. So I'm going to try to take care of that. So the best situation here, I think, is, let's see, I'm trying to see, I can get a 6 to 5, so that'd be 1 to 1. Can I get this guy in there? Yeah, so we'll just go ahead and move these guys. I'm going to go 1, 2 for the zone of control. Okay, and this guy, really like him to get in on that battle. Oh, he's mech. He's mech. Okay, I was thinking he's stuck here from zones of control, but no, he can go 1, 2. He actually can keep moving. Yeah, keep moving. 3, 4. Ooh, this could work out. Yep, that's all the moves they can do. Okay, I'm glad I took a moment to reread the zone of control rules. I have them wrong, actually. Mech can't just like cruise through any old zone of control. They have to. They can't go from one zone of control to another if the zone of control being exerted in the target hex where they're moving into is from a mech or mine. Well, this is from mech or mine, so let me put this back here where he was. So he's in a zone of control, so he can't enter this one because it has a mech zone of control in it. If that was infantry only, he would be able to do it. So he's actually stuck there unless he backs off here. So yeah, he is stuck there, so maybe he's gonna just, I don't know. Do I want to just leave him here, or I can try to go, I think that'd be a 1, 2, 3, 2.5, 3, 3.5. I mean, he can try to break out this way. I think he's just going to stay there, hope for the best. Okay, now it's the end of the movement phase. One interesting thing is we had those Italian units in the 21st Corps disintegrate into the desert. They ended up in the strategic reserve. You know, normally don't put things in the strategic reserve until turn 3, something like that. But a combat result allowed that to happen. You can spend a counterblow marker, which I could, to deploy someone at the end of your movement phase right from the strategic reserve, and you can put it basically like into a town or something like that. So I could just like drop them right there, I believe. But you know, I think that's just putting one more target on the map that could be destroyed. It's not like it's surrounding this guy. If this guy could come over here, that'd be good. But so we'll just leave them there. Okay, so that is the end of the movement phase. Now for the combat phase, well, these guys are gonna target that location. And that's it. Now the allies, they have 1 target marker left. They're flipping it over from the target side to this side. It's our first counterblow. So you put it on yourself. That basically means you're making a limited attack from your location, so you don't get any terrain benefit, which doesn't really matter. It's going against, so he just stays there. So when the battles happen, if this guy, someone hasn't moved out of here, or this guy hasn't moved, and that counterblow marker hasn't been removed through some magic card play, this guy's going to have to attack him. That's not very good. Now at this time we haven't had this situation yet, but it still doesn't exist, but I'll mention it. After counterblow markers are placed, if there are any mech units of the non-initiative player with counterblow markers on them, yes. But they're not in an enemy zone of control, well that's not true, but if they weren't, they get to move a little bit. So that's cool. Not happening here though. I think I could actually flip O'Connor here to a counterblow marker. Yes, I can. So actually before that mechanized response step, let me flip O'Connor over. So now he has a counterblow marker on him. And now I can do that mechanized response. Which means, let's see, check this out. Mechanized response, they can move, if they're not in an enemy zone of control, they can move up to 2 hexes, not movement points. And enemy zone of control restrictions still apply. Did you even see that? Right in there. So you can move 2 hexes. So I wish it was 2 movement points because you could use this road movement, but we'll just move him through here. So bam, bam. We just took Tobruk, which means we captured 2 supply that was stockpiled there. Let's see. I need some supply markers. Okay, so I just gave the allies 2 supply, and then we'll go ahead and mark Tobruk as being exhausted. This lasts for the game turn, not the player turn. Okay, so okay, that's cool. Okay, so now anyway, it's the Italians' turn, even though the British are doing a bunch of stuff. I think Italians are going to do this attack first. They also have to do this attack. You do this attack first. Looks like it's 6 to 5. That's going to be a 1-to-1 on the Italian attack chart. I haven't tried that one yet, so we'll see how that goes. Enemy does not get mechanized bonus because they're out of supply. Let me just look that up real quick just to double check. I'm going to make a correction here. When you have no supply, you have no zone of control. You also don't have mechanized bonus, all that stuff. So this guy is going to go there after all. Which means these guys would not have placed a counterblow marker. So I'm kind of rolling things back a little bit. They would not have placed a counterblow marker. Actually, yeah, they would have. They would have, because that allows their mech to move 2 spaces. Now spaces. So even though there's zone of control there, I can move into it because I'm just counting spaces. But I couldn't move from a zone of control to another zone of control if it was mech zone of control. So anyway, that didn't really help me, but I would have done that anyway. So the reason it didn't help me is I still have to attack this guy with that guy. Okay, so anyway, 1-to-1, no mech bonus. 2 shifts to the right, so now that goes 3-to-2 and then 2-to-1 because these guys are out of supply. Allies are playing a card. This one I wanted to play earlier. Fuel and ammo reserves. We're getting a shock marker. Okay, and then they're immediately placing it here. So it drops it back to 3-to-2. I think that's all we get. So here we go. Just trying to see. The Axis want to do anything? Nope. Rolled a 6. Oh, lucky. DR. Yeah, the Italian combat results table is not very bloody. So DR, that's defender retreat. They have to go 3 spaces, but you know, they can't. I don't want them to go through the zone of control. I'm just going to double check the retreat rules again, but I think even though this is towards the supply source, they can go around like this to avoid taking zone of control losses. Yeah, so you cannot retreat into an enemy zone of control unless there's a friendly unit there. So, I think these guys, they're retreating 3, 1, 2, 3. They have to turn back around to try to go back to a friendly supply source. That's my reading of it anyway. This is gone. These Italians now, they can advance 1 space. Oh. It's not that great. I was thinking I'm going to bust out of there. Okay, now for this battle. No one's playing anything. No shock markers, no nothing. This is a 1-to-2 attack. This is not going to be good. Mech cancel each other out. Got a 4. A 4 is no result. Okay, so this is gone. Yeah, that's the combat phase. Okay, continuation phase. Well, the Allies, even if they didn't want to continue, they need to continue because I believe units are destroyed at the end of a game turn if they're out of supply. So we're going to go ahead and play a supply. We have a total of 7 of supply, now 6 because I'm spending this one, which is nice. Capturing Tobruk was good. I get 2 attack markers, so there we go. Movement phase. Actually, I mean supply phase. So the initiative player goes first. So let's see here. This guy's in supply. This guy's in supply. This guy's in supply. This guy not in supply, so he's going to stay out of supply. Now these Italian units, yeah, let's see. This guy here, he can go 1, 2, not using the road through here. 1, 2, trying to trace up to 3 hexes to a supply source, which is that road. Sorry, you'd probably like to see that. That road, which leads off the map edge. So he's back in supply. Okay, that was a good move. And this guy can trace 1, 2, 3 to the same hex. Okay. There is a little bit of hope. That's what I want. Just enough hope to crush their spirits when I win. Just kidding. So, yes, everyone's in supply. The attacker, they have 2 of these. Do they want to buy more? I don't think so. So, now movement phase. Let's get this Australian unit up. Try to get them up there. It's going to go 1, 2, 3. It's going to take a while. Let's see, this unit here with O'Connor. 1, 2, 3. Now let's slam this door shut here. What do we have here? I think I need to keep these guys stacked together. Yeah, that's the end of my movement phase, I think. I probably could have trapped these guys better. Yeah, I'm just not playing very well. So the Axis, they're going to play the green arrow, which means they get to do a 2-space move. Oh, they can't. The unit has to be outside of an enemy zone of control, and this guy has a zone of control. I was thinking this guy has no zone of control because he's out of supply. So they can't do that. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, combat phase for the British. Throwing our 2 markers down. There's nothing going on with the Italians, so let's see the battles here. I'm gonna do... This guy's attacking all by himself. The Bambini division. Yeah. It's 2-1. Mech cancel each other out. I don't have anything that can help me. Enemy doesn't have anything that can help them. Or do they? They do. They're going to play Sandstorms. Combat results automatically null. Okay, so let me roll the die just for fun. Rolled a 3. That would have been an exchange, so 1 step from each side would be destroyed, and then the defender would retreat. But I canceled that out. Okay, next battle. This one. These guys are 6. Our attack is 5, 6, 7. Oops, this should be flipped back. 7 to 6 is 1 to 1. These mechs don't count over here because they're out of supply. This mech, however, does. So it goes to 3 to 2. I'm going to use the heavy tanks. Matildas goes to 2 to 1. It's not very good. But I'm going to do it. Okay, rolling. Got a 2. That is not good. A 2 is an exchange. Yeah. So 1 step from each side. Since I put my heavy tanks in, they have to take the loss. Boom. So that's going to go to the destroyed units box. I'll have to see what happens to O'Connor. These guys have to take a step loss. Does it even matter? Oh, they're they're 2-step units. Sweet. I didn't realize that. Okay, so 22nd Corps will take the hit. I'm pretty sure I can't rebuild that. Yeah, so this attack is over. Okay, so for O'Connor, it's not 100% clear to me what is supposed to happen to him, but this is what I think is supposed to happen. He would go to the next turn on the turn track, except he's got a white dot on him, which means he's eliminated. Connor's dead or captured. So that's what I'm calling it. Searched on Board Game Geek, kind of read between the lines on a few forums, and that's what I've decided. Okay. Wow, it's the Italians have survived yet another turn. Yeah. Italian supply phase. Well, they're definitely cut off again. Back in low supply. They have one target marker remaining. I guess that's all they need. So, Italian movement phase, or Axis movement phase. Okay, this guy's in an enemy zone of control. But this guy's out of supply here. Oh, by the way, yeah, he stays out of supply. So there's no zone of control here. So he's going to go 1, 2. And, whoa, these guys can move too because there's no zone of control. 1. Do we stop there? Actually, let me go back here. I only moved 2. I'm thinking I'm adding a point for each move. So now they're on the road. 3, 4. Ooh. Nice. I might be able to extricate these guys. Now these guys are on a road as well. So go 1. Maybe 1 will go up this way. 2. The other go this way. 3. That city's gone. What else do I need? I need another low supply marker. So rather than to try to kill these guys, letting them go back into supply, probably a mistake. But I think I'm going to be able to at least get one of these units out of here, maybe 2. Yeah, combat. No combat. Let me see if actually the British wanted to play any cards. Nope. Continuation phase. Yes, the British, they want to continue. This is actually a 2. I'm flipping it to a 1. You're getting 2 more of these. Combat phase, or movement, sorry, supply phase. These guys are back in supply. These guys are all back in supply. British do not, well, you know what? Do I want a high risk kind of thing? No, I don't. Yeah, so I was thinking of, do I want to buy another set of markers to try to attack 3 guys at once, but no. So, movement phase. These guys are going up here. Let's see. What can I do? What's that cost for mech? Cost, or for anyone, cost 2. So this guy could go 1, 2, 3. Oh, zone of control 4. It's not worth it. Just go right there. Okay. He is in rough. What does rough do for him? Nothing. It's just tougher to move through. This guy here. It's gonna go 1. Well, I wanna kill that mech over there. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And then the Australians back here. Can they get into the battle? 1, 2, 3. Nope. No one's playing cards or anything. Combat phase. Some target markers down. Counter blows. Nope. Okay. I think we're gonna do this one first. 5 to 2. That's a 2-1. Mech goes to 3-1, and that's it. Rolled a 2 on 3-1. 2 on 3-1. That's EX plus CR. Let's go see what that means here. EX, each side loses 1 step, neither side retreats or advances. And then CR, counterattack required. The defender must launch an immediate counterattack or apply a DR result. I wonder which one we're going to do here. So first, oh, it doesn't even matter. We're going to do an exchange, so this guy loses a step, permanently remove from the game. And then this guy will lose the step because this guy's irreplaceable. No advance. Now this battle. 2-1. Mech cancels each other out. It's a raw 2-1 battle. 6. That's a DW. Defender withdraw. Apply a DR result. Right off the map goes the Shattered Units box. This guy could advance after combat. He declines to. I'm going to make it hard for this guy to escape. It's the end of the combat phase. Axis player turn. Supply phase. Let's see here. Yeah, they can trace up to 3 to get to a supply source. That road up there. They're good. Allies are good too. Movement phase. Let's see, hills cost 2 to move into. I don't know, just delaying the inevitable. Combat, nothing. That's the end of that. Continuation phase. Yeah, allies want to finish this off. 1 more supply point spent. Get 2 of these back. Supply phase, everyone's in supply. Movement phase. This guy's gonna go half. 2.5, 3.5. Oh, yeah. This guy's gonna go half, 2.5, 3.5. This guy's gonna go 1, 2, I guess 2.5. He can't take part in the battle because there's no longer a general on the battlefield, and that would be mixing colors. Okay, combat phase. Bam. Just looking at my cards, not really anything that can be done here. What is that? That's 4, 8, 8 to 3. 8 to 3 is 2 to 1? Yeah. 2 to 1. Got a 6. Nice. Defender withdraw. That means they must first do a DR, and then if they're still alive, they scatter. And they have to go through an enemy zone of control. They're destroyed. Permanently removed from the game. Okay, no more square units on the map. This guy doesn't count. So I'll go ahead and, well, we'll leave it for now. Okay, successfully cleared the map. No continuation needed. Technically, I think we would play through the Italian turn, and then we check if the map has been conquered. But Italians are not gonna like deploy this guy. They're just gonna keep it. Okay, so focus on something interesting while I'm checking out what else I need to do here. We're entering the housekeeping segment at the end of the turn. End of turn housekeeping. First things is the map control segment. Well, yep. We control the map. So this German marker is removed and placed there. Okay, cool. We are 3/5 of the way there. Maybe we're gonna win. Germans haven't arrived though. Next, the initiative check segment. Well, since we have the initiative, the British, when I say we, they retain it. So the Italians, Germans have not seized it. Removable segment. Units with no supply marker on them are put in the surrendered units box, so that's bad. There aren't any. Italian ones go back to the Italian boxes go back to the stock. British boxes go to their force pool. There aren't any. Square units on the map go back to their force pools. What else? Support markers, battle cards, there aren't any, they're all discarded. And that's it. So I think I learned a bit in this one. I learned some errors I made. Also, I now realize the importance of supply, especially that path that was critical, and I kind of screwed up, and it wasn't as important as I thought it actually, because you don't die when you're out of supply. You die at the end of the turn, but I'm guessing when there's lots of Germans and stuff on the battlefield, it'll be harder to extricate out of supply units. So thanks for watching, and we'll go ahead and do turn 3 in the next episode.